a, a Jackeen and a Cork man
Right?
speaking.
I don't know. Well, like I can be multifaceted here. I can do a number of different things. I can be Jackine, but I could be like a Cork boy too. Like if you want, kind of.
Well, I can be a fucking Jackeen myself,
I
like, you know what I mean? I'll fucking burst ya.
I tell you now.
You
You know,
cunt. I'll burst ya.
I'm telling you now. That's Dave McSavage. Keep going. Just when
All
you're
right.
doing that, you say, "I'm Dave McSavage,"
I'm Dave McSavage,
and
and
I'm like,
I can.
I'm Charles Kane. I'm no,
Sure.
no. You're my like Callum. You on the call there?
I
Anyway,
can't. We don't have.
or Callum, are you on the
Cork.
call there now, boy?
Yeah, it's a very bad line from Cork. Like we've no phone lines here. You see, do you know.
So listen. So
I'm
just
doing West Cork there now. What?
I'll introduce myself, will I?
Do ya?
So my name is Callum. Hello, my name is Callum, and yeah, I suppose I've been known on the internet as Leo Your Leader or Woke Up Ireland, and I kind of do like impressions and stuff, and mimic people, and that's really what we do. And yeah, I do other stuff with a girl called Kat, and yeah, just do stuff on the internet, and TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and all sorts of platforms. Would you
Cool.
like to introduce yourself?
Me, oh man, I've got about 10 different names because I'm just like trying to like keep escape the matrix, man. So I've like loads of different names to kind of
But
throw
that's well,
off
you,
the
in
scent.
fairness, you don't even have a WhatsApp because you're so paranoid they're going to get you. The Gestapo are going to
Exactly.
get you.
Yeah. You see, and it's probably that like I think uh, somewhere I think I'm so important like that that they're trying to get me, you know. But
I think they are trying to
no,
get you because do you know what? Somebody knocked on my door and said, "Are you doing a podcast with a guy called um, what was the name he had here? He had it Seamus O'Lee.
that's right.
Seamus O'Lee.
That's right. And yes. So Seamus is one of my pseudonyms. In fact, Seamus O'Lee is officially my name. Oscar. But
Is
so
it?
that's one name. And then Charles Foster Kane is another because Charles Foster Kane is my globalist Gazette character, who is a globalist who kind of mocks the little people,
Hmm?
and so I write
That's
as
like your Klaus Schwab kind of impression. Steve
yeah,
Schwab.
that kind of vibe, yeah. But always with a dash of humor. And what else? Now, I used to do a guy called Shawnee McRant,
Oh,
and he was from Kerry, and he wore the cap, and
yeah.
he talked about banning the internet because it is a load of bullshit and Facebook and all that kind of thing.
But that's probably your
Um,
inner self, isn't it?
yes, it is. All these characters are probably just
So
like,
you're just a grumpy
you
old
know,
bastard who hates the internet, who's sick of the world.
yeah, yeah. Well, grumpy old bastard. Anyway, definitely
Well, I'm getting there.
describes
I'm
me.
kind of getting there now. I'm kind of getting that.
Yeah.
I'm turning. Well, I was. I'm kind of moving out. I've gone through that. I went through that really ranting stage. I'm just ranting everybody, going, "You should be doing
Mm,
that. And you should wear it. You
yeah.
should be wearing a mask, and you should be telling people about this." And and then it's like, oh, I start looking at me. Looking back on some stuff and going, "Oh, just." First of all, I'll just explain this to anybody who's listening that you've wrote a book called, which I've read. It's excellent,
It
and
wouldn't
it's a
be
satirical
this
book.
book, would it? That's cool. That's great. That's like the same book I have.
Yeah. So by the
Yeah,
way, I don't make any commission from trying to plug this. As I said, we're trying to flog his book here. Um, but
I do make commission from flogging the book,
you
but
do.
I
I
I
don't.
I very much appreciate um your support
Yeah.
and your
I'm all
your good.
supporting Irish acts. Irish acts.
Yes, supporting Irish artists.
But like
He's done.
your name here for right your under name of Séamus O'Lee for the book,
Yeah,
your Irish
that's
name.
right. Yeah,
So just for anybody and who has not picked up this book, and you can get it on Amazon, I believe. Well, you can get it on Amazon, I know that. And
yeah,
yeah, it's basically for me, since I read it, I might as well tell what I think it is because it's
yeah.
like a
Do yeah.
diary, kind of like a diary of what happened, which is one of the strangest periods of our history during the lockdown COVID years. And you've kind of documented in very funny, a very funny manner, what actually went on, and you've gone into good detail about exactly all the different characters, and there is a lot of characters. Like it really is what like watching a film, like with all the
Yeah,
different
yeah,
the evil entities, and so
yes.
it's a very actually very interesting, a very funny book. I found it very funny, and I'm not one for laughing out loud, but I genuinely
Mm,
laughed out loud, and it actually because of the way society is, I find it very difficult to read a book that's fiction anymore because you don't know who's behind it. Are
mm,
they woke as fuck? Are they is there a
mm,
hidden meaning message inside that they're trying to subliminally get into your head? And it's the same with
yeah,
films now. So at least when I was reading this, I knew the author was fucking wide awake to what was going on, and I could enjoy it. And I actually enjoy it. And it's not a huge book. Um, it's about
yeah. It's short and sweet,
well,
really.
it's
Yeah.
130 pages, but it's a really good read, especially like for a trip going on a where I was actually on a boat and I read a lot of it on a boat. So I found it interesting. So if you want to, I was thinking like we get started and have a, because I do think we should have a chat about this book. Um, so it's a satirical book. You
Yeah.
know, you have the what you call it when you have the first series. It's the what's there's a name for it when it's the
Pilot.
pilot. This is the pilot, folks. Okay, so if you like this 10 minutes, then you're gonna love the
Yeah,
rest of it.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Um. So yeah, satirical. That's it. You know. Um. So I had to figure out some way of writing about all this horrible shit that happened and like translate it into satires because it's it's like another kind of like another language. You know, you gotta take, I don't know, you gotta take like stuff that happened and then kind of go, what's funny about that? Like,
It's funny because
um,
it's so it's obviously the book is satirical in terms of the madness, but it's but in essence it's really dark because
it is,
what
yeah.
happened is actually probably the darkest thing that's ever been set upon humanity ever, and I include the Holocaust in this.
Mm, mm. Yeah, yeah. Oh, it is, yeah. It's
Whatever
like
version by the way, whatever version of the Holocaust you believe in, but let's
yeah.
talk about the really awful version of the Holocaust. You know,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like the stuff that's going on all the time, all these wars, like they're all the same, all the same. And it it was a war, and it
oh,
still is a war.
they lit the torch really there from COVID. Obviously, we've had loads of stuff beforehand, but they really lit the torch for this, for their their movement for the New World Order.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. It is. It's yeah. Like people are saying that they've been planning it for like centuries, and like I'm very slow to get on board with conspiracy theories. Might sound strange
Mm.
coming from
A conspiracy theorist.
if you read the book, you might if an army picks up this book, the their first reaction is this guy is nuts. Like you know, it couldn't possibly be that couldn't possibly be true.
And actually,
Um,
we're reading the book. I've never written a book. Like I mean, I'm that lazy. I mean, when I was in college, they had to write stuff, and if you had an option between writing, writing bits or a poem, I'd pick the poem because I know that's just like 8 letters or sorry, eight sentences, and you know, that's
mm,
how lazy I am when it comes to writing that kind of stuff. So I know it's a big job to write any sort of book.
Yeah, yeah. Well, to be honest, right, one of the motivating factors is very simple. Was basically
Money, you want to be
like
rich.
uh, well, you know, there's always that thing in the back of your head. Yeah, Jesus, yeah, make a few quid, fucking hell. Um, but you know, I've lived long enough to know that that's a really poor motivating factor. It's a motivating factor, absolutely, but it's really poor. It doesn't it doesn't get you over the over the line. It gets some people over the line, but not me.
But you know what? It's actually. I'm going to plug it while I'm here. I'm in the middle of releasing a song called "My Girl Is Far Right," and I released it on Spotify, and I'm talking about getting Christmas number ones and all this stuff. And I realized even if I got a Christmas number one and I had 200,000 streams, I'd probably still make a quid. You know,
Yeah, yeah. It's this, you know, the and by the way, great. It's a great
mind you,
song.
sorry,
It,
I need to say actually, the money actually is going to charity. We're putting money to a charity, super run charity. Actually, just in case anyone's listening, goes, he told us it was going to charity. You know, so.
yeah. Unlike my book, which is just going into my fucking arse pocket,
Well, you've made about five of them, haven't
but
you? You sold one.
I sold one. I sold one.
Actually, I bought one off you.
And you bought one off me. Yeah,
You
yeah.
did, and you signed it for
That,
me. Signed
I
it for me.
signed it. Yeah, yeah. There you
Yeah.
go. There you go.
A great book, absolutely.
Um,
Really good book.
Yeah, thanks. It took a while. It took too long to do. I always take too long to do things. Um, but you know, it's the it's as much about what not to put in the book as what to put in the book. Because I wrote like a fucking like a Bible of stuff, and I just cut it down to
But you
these
kind of
these
you mark
big.
a lot of things in the book, like see where you're getting your information from, like the data and stuff. You have a lot of that information on the bottom of a lot of the pages.
Yeah,
You know, to
yeah.
look at different articles to kind of like so you're basically backing up a lot of the stuff that you're writing about, like
Mm,
like
yeah.
yeah, because you actually some of the stuff that went on you wouldn't actually believe it could happen, really, would you? Like.
I know. Yeah,
You
it's
know,
yeah.
as we go through, so it is like, as I said in the intro, it is like essentially a diary of, to reminder of what went on and all the crazy details of what went on in terms of, you know, your as you say, like, what was it, safe and effective, all these different lines you mentioned in the book, like,
Yeah. Just looking at the what do they call them? Catchy new phrases.
all
That's
the
it.
phrases that came in and
It's funny actually because it's like um you know, you see one group that's particularly good at doing this, and it's you could actually have like a comedy show about it. It's the European Union, right? They try to make their propaganda trendy, and cool, like, you know, tried to sell it to the youth as cool and hey man.
oh, stay safe,
Um,
stay safe.
but yeah, so these phrases are like, um, do you know the like I mentioned early in the book there, the event 201, which was, did you know about event 201? Yeah.
I may do. You might have to rejig
Yeah. Okay. So it was basically I think they describe it as kind of a war game that was set up in uh, was it
oh,
October 2019 in New York, and it was okay. So guys,
sorry, this wasn't
everybody
a thing
around.
where they were saying, like, Bill Gates was saying this is potentially what could happen,
Well,
and
well,
it actually
Bill
it
Gates
basically.
was really cute not to show up at it. Like he wasn't there. He wasn't there. But his foundation was pouring money into it. So, but he didn't want the press to follow him around and find him there. So he
Mm.
just sent his his representatives or something. But
Melinda.
so yeah, Melinda. Well, yeah. Um, so same with Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum. Like they poured money into this thing and they didn't, their head guys didn't show up. Um, but it was a desktop war game. So it was like, so you had all these people sitting around the table. I think it was some hotel in New York or some conference center in New York, and so they all sat around and decided we're figuring out how to sell a pandemic. That's like, and you think like, they wouldn't put it so bluntly, like they wouldn't put it like that, would they?
Yeah.
I'm not sure they actually used those exact words, like selling a pandemic, but effectively,
Guys, we've got an up and coming pandemic coming. How are we going to get this out, guys?
yeah. And it was a COVID. Was it? Did they call it COVID-19 or they
I think
called
they,
no? They called it a coronavirus. So as guys, there's a coronavirus coming. So this is October
Simon Harris says,
2019.
which one was it? Was it 19 or 21? 20, 21? Which one's the most dangerous one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Simon, love
Simon.
Simon. He's a great guy. Great guy.
We're not sure if we can get rid of this because they couldn't get rid of the last 19 or the last 18, wasn't it?
Yeah, Simon, Simon. No one is more disappointed in me than me. Like
It's
that
not bad.
phrase. That phrase
That's not
is
bad.
just says everything. I think he's I actually behind it all. I think he's a genius. Simon
Oh,
Harris.
yeah.
He's
He makes
he's
great bread rolls. Like he's really good at making egg mayonnaise sandwiches. Like he's good.
yeah, 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 yeah. Simon, I
But
told you, full fat milk, Simon.
I always say
Um,
put a bit of extra mayonnaise on it to keep them happy. Um, yeah, but
Simon, fuck it. This
that
tea
thing
is
there,
fucking cold.
that thing there you're talking about, I'm sure there was a different. I'm not sure if it's the same thing, but Simon Harris, um, Bill Gates was there, and they were talking about what would happen if there was an outbreak, and literally was
Mm,
word for word what they were going to do, like showing us what they would do. Do you remember that?
yeah.
Was this the same thing? I
Um, I I'm not sure I saw Bill Gates talking
think he was
through
at this. Yeah,
that,
Bill
but
Gates was at it. What we got here is a really bad disease that's going to kill millions of people. And this is what, you know,
yeah, yeah, with
but the
his
way to lower
Bill.
the way to lower the rates of humans in the world is to give them this vaccine.
Yeah, Bill. Bill, we're going to kill everybody, and it's just, but it's all for the purpose of saving humanity. You
Yeah,
know.
that's right, Mr. Fauci. Mr.
But yeah, Bill Gates. So I gave Bill a good chunk of space in the book, and you know what?
Yeah, yeah.
He hasn't thanked me
No,
for that. He like
you
I,
promote it in big time.
yeah. I mean,
But see, what I like to see, you've rejigged my room because I'm looking at a page here and it has like the catchy new phrases like to flatten the curve. Um, it's amazing actually when you look in history about flattening the curve, and this goes back to the actually pre childhood vaccines. When you actually look at the data on these vaccines, the curve was pretty much flattened way before. I mean, years before they brought in these vaccines. And they made the vaccines the hero. For all your old
yeah,
school.
yeah, yeah.
There's a book called Dissolving Illusions. A woman called Suzanne Humphreys. She chased down all the data. It's all there. But anyway, that was one that flattened the curve.
Mm.
Then we had like stuff like, this is a good one. Being together while staying apart.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, it's Orwellian double speak, or I think there's other phrases for that as well. Where the phrase that they put out, it is the opposite to the truth. So it's like it's a 180. Just flip it over. it's like watching the news. So you listen to the mainstream news or read the newspapers or listen to
Mm.
the radio. Take what they're saying, turn it upside down, and that's kind of the news.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas they're presenting the news, they're presenting reality upside down. Good is evil,
That kind of,
evil
as
is
you said, like
good.
on the news. So they literally would have like a Sky, like, like in Sky News, they have everything. They're going, all the news going across the bottom. Like in the yellow
Yeah,
line, you see it come like that kind of subliminal messaging was constant. Like where they, for example, like being together was staying apart. So it's like everybody's reading that going, being together was staying apart. Being
yeah,
together was staying apart. So it's like they put it everywhere in the TV. So it's like everybody just got brainwashed at the exact same time. Like even now,
yeah,
when somebody says to me, "Stay safe," I just want to go, "Shut the fuck up! Don't you fucking ever say stay safe." You know what I mean?
yeah,
That
yeah.
was brought in like as this new hero. Stay safe, and whatever you do, stay safe. It's like, and then of course the vaccine is going to stay safe. Get your vaccine. So I'm actually quite triggered by those two words now. Stay safe.
Oh yeah, I know. Um,
My mother said to me today, she goes, "Carl, get your jacket on and stay safe." I went, "Don't shut the fuck up, mother. What's wrong with you?
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
ever say to
yeah.
me, stay safe."
But there's like two things that I don't know. Maybe they're the biggest things that stuck out for me was okay. So when they're putting stickers on all the surfaces you can see,
Mm,
including the ground, giving you a message. And also they're putting that message up on the corner of your TV screen. Now, I'm admitting kind of guilt here for I'm admitting that I know what was on the TV screen at the
yeah, it's
time.
okay.
I'm
We all
sorry.
have our weaknesses.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, I actually saw. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye because I'm not the not the one who put on the TV. Um, but yeah, like it changed. Like it was stay safe. Um, was it stay safe all the time? I don't know, but
It was saving lives, stay safe. Um, um, are you talking about the stickers?
no, just like on your TV screen there
Oh,
was like a phrase on the corner of your TV screen.
build back better. No, no.
No, it wasn't that. No, it said like stay at home or stay safe or
Oh,
something like that.
stay.
I
Yeah,
think it
maybe
might have
stay.
changed maybe once or twice, but it was like the
And
creepiest thing you could
but somebody
imagine.
actually said to me today that there was a Irish whistleblower. I can't remember the name. The person said to me, Deborah Whitaker. What's her name? Dolores Whitaker. D. She told me that they had to take them all down because apparently on the writing they had on all the shops and all, nobody
Mm.
owned who owned these stickers.
Oh yeah, nobody knew who owned them. All right.
Like there was no copyright on any of the things. And apparently this guy went and said, you need to prove, this guy said to Neffet,
Ah,
who's responsible for this?
yeah,
And nobody would take responsibility for who was responsible for all these stickers, who's responsible for all this, because they knew the shit was going to hit the fan down the line somewhere. So
right.
that's when they kind of fell apart and they took it down. He's a policeman or something. He's from the background. In the background, is told this could be. I don't think it's bullshit. I think it's pretty true. And that's when the kind of thing he made it kind of go away, kind of thing. And he
Cool.
was he was found dead about a week ago. So there you go.
Where was this guy?
I'll find out for you after this what's his name, but I
Was
can't
he
remember his
Irish
name.
or was he
He was
wasn't
Irish,
Irish?
yeah, Irish. This is in Ireland.
Oh,
And he
fuck.
challenged Neffet and all the bits and bobs behind it. Um,
Shit.
because nobody was taking responsibility for any of this. They're just like getting these stickers, putting them all up. There was nobody like who owned it. Nobody would say it was this company, that company. Nobody.
Jesus, you have to send on that info. To yeah, in the show
So
notes, folks.
in the
But
show notes, yeah.
yeah, so that the story, like one of the stories in the book was where I got stopped by a couple of guards in their fancy car, and they asked me.
Fancy car.
I was picking up the stickers on the ground,
Oh, that's right,
and
yeah, yeah.
they stopped and asked me, and because they were from Cork, they said, "What do you do, like?" and I said, like actually, the first answer I gave was the right answer, and I should have just shut up after that. But I just said I'm picking up litter,
That's all. Yeah, that was
and
perfect.
I could have just like mic drop,
But like,
walk,
were you that
just walk away.
hardcore that you were so disgusted that this stuff was on the like? Were you like basically pulling it from the sticker, like where it was pulling it to get it
Oh,
off the
I
ground?
was yeah, I was like working. My fingernails were like worn down from
Like,
picking up these things, and I like to be honest with you,
have you
kind
taken
of.
up arrows as well? Arrows.
I oh yeah, I've spent like I don't know if I logged the amount of time I've spent taking down stickers and posters. I could like if I was getting paid like a fiver an hour, I'd be a rich man. I'd be just like I'd be minted.
Seriously, you were like pretty hardcore then at this
Oh
stage.
yeah, like I was just going, fuck this. I'm not fuck that sticker there isn't that's going. I've taken down signs and everything. I get a
But I'm not
screwdriver out.
in the book. It's quite funny because you're mentioning the book like about how they, they was it this was it how many meters was it we have to be apart? Was it three or something or
2 meters.
2 meters? And then they had the arrows to tell us which way to go in the shop. No matter how small the shop was, they had the arrows to show us where to go. I mean, I could be standing at the
Yeah,
front of like a, like a deli counter, and there'd be an arrow telling me where to go, like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah,
because they had to,
yeah.
because humans didn't know where to stand because they're like, we're all so thick. We're just like, well, I might stand here and catch a disease, like.
I know. Yeah, I mean, it was just open for
Yeah,
comedy. I mean,
But 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 the
it was
with the
like
guards, what happened? Sorry, I interrupt you. With the guards, what happened there? I read that. I know what happened actually, but you can tell the audience what happened.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, there was a sergeant and his buddy, his sidekick, and so like they pull up. This is on Patrick Street in Cork, which is
Heart.
known locally as Pana.
Hmm.
So and it's all fancy now, of course, with all these fancy footpaths and which cost our great grandchildren will be paying for, but
Yeah,
um. So I'm pulling up these stickers, and then this car pulls up, and the sergeant and his sidekick pull up, and they ask me what I'm doing. I'm picking up litter, and then I went on about like I'm also acting under um, common law. Actually, I thought I knew what common law was at
yeah.
the
If you don't know
time.
your shit there, you
Anyway,
could be in trouble.
yeah, 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 and I didn't. But anyway, it doesn't matter. So they didn't know. The sergeant actually admitted to me that he didn't know what to what to charge, right?
Yeah,
What to charge me with.
yeah. Because they're making up silly
um,
laws that didn't exist.
so like I could have. I mean, if I knew then what I know now, I could have really kind of
Yeah, you
um,
could have fucking made him look like an idiot.
yeah, yeah, like yeah, I could have. Um, but anyway, so yeah, he basically threatened. Now, this could be actually something I could have legally pursued, but he did threaten to arrest me if I didn't give him my details. Um, which I, which my understanding is that's illegal. You like
Did you
you
ask
have.
him for his details?
Do you know? And I didn't. I like I should be record like you record everything. You flip the tables on the guard. You go, okay, I'm in your head. You know, I'm the guard. I'm
Yeah.
actually the authority
Can I
here.
see your number,
I'm
please?
and I'm okay. I need your details, blah blah blah, and then you inform them. Are you aware? Are you you know? Um,
Yeah.
I need to. I must ask you first of all, just to let you know, this is being recorded. Are you aware of that? Could you
I
please?
love that when people do that to a guard. And they go,
You,
just to let you know you're being recorded.
yeah.
Get that
Um,
out of my face.
yeah. Yeah. For quality assurance
No, I'm
purposes.
recording you, and that's what I'm doing.
This is for quality. You could say it's for quality assurance purposes. Um,
Yeah.
and actually, you could
Are
read
you
out a
okay
thing.
with that?
this this will not be shared with third parties. And give them 10 minutes worth of small print and go.
Yeah,
Are you okay with that before we
yeah,
proceed? Because I don't want either of us to be in trouble here. All right.
yeah.
Because
Before we go any further, we just
the last time I had an interaction with a guard, like it went really badly because the poor guard lost his job. Um, and I'm still in touch with the guy, and I'm trying to get him back his job, but fuck it, it's just gone. It's gone. He's
I'm
fucked.
trying to
Like,
get my job as a labourer.
you know, yeah, his job's completely gone.
You
Um,
lost him his job. He's still hanging on to your coattails, looking for you to get his job
yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah, I'm trying to help him out.
Sure, you fucking lost me my job, pal. Make sure you get it back. Now tell the sergeant I was all right. Like,
Yeah, I was on to the superintendent. I rang him.
yeah.
He's, I'm trying to sort it out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How did you lose a guard at his job? Or
Um, me. I'm no. This is just what you tell the guard. You just mention it. By the way, the last guy that I
oh right,
interacted
okay,
with
okay. I
lost
actually
his
believed you
job.
there for a second. I was fully in.
Yeah, yeah. You see, that's it. Like one of the principles of like dealing with these people is they don't know what you know. They don't know
Yeah,
what you don't know.
yeah.
So the trick, and it's the same in court and stuff like this. I mean, I just thought this through. I'm not like quoting anything. I'm not. I'm just off the top of my head saying this.
Oh, yeah.
The
I agree.
authorities don't know what you know. They don't
No.
know what you don't know. They don't know who you know. They don't know who you don't know. So you could be um, like a son of a politician.
Leah
You,
Radker's uh, brother.
yeah, exactly. You could know some guy in the guards, high up in the
Oh,
guards.
yeah, yeah,
You could know a judge. You could know several judges. Like who knows? So if you are calm, if you can manage to be calm and confident, you can lead people around the
but
garden
the
path.
bottom line is the laws there were not there weren't laws. They were just it was made up to make people to say it was advice, more advice. We're advising that you don't travel 5 kilometers or 5 miles. I
Yeah,
remember we were driving out to a party in Newtown, Mount Kennedy
mm,
before the iPass centre. Wasn't to meet the lads out there, like, um, but the guard stopped us, and we were already out 5k or something, and then they just kind of said, "Business or pleasure," and it was like I was like a Jedi Knight wave. I just went pleasure, and he went, "Go ahead." That was it. There was no,
oh,
oh, what are you doing? You shouldn't be doing that. It was not. And then another time we were going on a boat. There was nobody going on the boat. We were going to Wales, drove into the boats, guarded there. What are you doing? We're driving to Wales for essential visit. Well, what happened? We had a fire in our kitchen and it's getting painted. Oh, go ahead. That was it.
yeah,
That
mm,
was literally it.
mm,
But the one thing did happen. We got me and my family got deported from Wales. Sorry, we went from Wales to Dublin, and we had a fake COVID pass, but I had it on a piece of paper. And it was like literally like Nazi Germany. All you were short there was hearing the, do you know what I mean?
yeah,
As you're going through, like,
mm,
um,
mm,
the siren, like, and as I was going through, I noticed they all had the phone. I was like, oh, straight was like, oh fuck, because I gave him the
mm,
paper, and he goes, why is yours not on the phone? And I was going, well, this is the way I got it. Like, he
yeah,
says, pull aside there, go aside there. So none of the stories matched in the car. You know what I mean? It was like tears,
yeah,
and it was like, right, so you're gonna have to go and quarantine for 2 weeks in a hotel and spend 5 grand, or you have to get on a boat uh, and go back to Wales. So I had to go on a boat and go back to Wales and do some sort of PCR test, which we actually found when over there we could spit on it because we weren't sticking it up our nose. Um,
yeah,
because there was nanobots and there was the COVID injections in those things. And, well, I mean,
mm,
that was all the rumors and stuff. So we did
yeah.
eventually got back to Ireland, but Jesus Christ, that was mental. Like,
Mm, mm.
Not as bad as being locked in an off license.
An off license. Well, actually, some people might say being locked in an off license mightn't be that bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, you know, but except for the fact that the manager was in there as well. But yeah, so the manager locks me in for not wearing a mask, and yeah, craziest story imaginable, really. And so the guards show up, and I said, "Hey, hey, this guy locked me in. Is that not criminal?" Um,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. Give us your name. Give us your name details. And yeah, so anyway, I gave them I gave them my details, and then they asked me who's your doctor. Like anyway, and I said I had to look it up, but it was a Professor Kuldorf, right?
Professor
Professor Kuldorf.
Kuldorf.
So they wrote down Professor Kuldorf, right? Okay. And where's he based, like? I said, yeah, he's the head of Harvard Medical School. I think that's right, or is it Stanford? I can't remember. Maybe Stanford. But anyway, and so they just got pissed off and just like, "Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah." But they had no right to ask me that question. And yeah, so like, and then I end up in court. Um, and
But you were hardcore
I
because you wouldn't actually say, like, I didn't wear a mask, but I would always say I was exempt. I just go exempt, and they'd go, oh, go ahead, go ahead. But you
yeah,
were
yeah.
you were that stubborn. You wouldn't even say the word I'm exempt because you go, I'm not even playing that game. That'd be
Yeah,
fair to say.
yeah. Like everybody has their own kind of, you got to have your own philosophy, like whatever it is, um, and whatever works for you. If you have to, if somebody has to kind of give in to a situation, like you have to, you have for yourself figure out what's the best for you. So if
Mm.
you have to kind of give in, um, that to just get ahead, to just move along.
Well, that's like
That's
saying wear a
cool.
mask. That'd be like saying wear a mask. I just,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, I know. It's like it just depends on the person and the situation and so on. But yeah, I mean, I would say to anybody who's like, you know, like not an old codger, right? Who's like shuffling along the footpath and there's like people bothering them, and they're wearing a mask. Obviously, it's bad for them, but
yeah.
like you can't fault them for like kind of just trying to get people to fuck off and leave them alone. Like, but yeah, I didn't wear the mask in the shop. Yeah, well, what I did say was I've been advised not to wear one. That was.
Mm.
I mean, in a way, it's
I'm
kind.
exempt. I'm exempt.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like you could just say, "Yeah, I'm exempt," and who exempted you? I did.
Like say, but I've been advised. You've been poorly
Yeah, that's
advised.
the thing. So, in a sense, that's deferring to authority as well. Whereas the real authority is,
But just digressing to your what we were saying before. So just going back to the book, right? Actually, you never finished off your story with the guard, by the way. Um,
which one in the
the
shop?
one when you were pulling up the stuff off the ground with the guard.
Oh
He
yeah,
said,
yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah. There was like, yeah, a couple other. So like, there's two guards questioning me. I'm being very polite, calm, um,
so
and
you just said I'm picking up rubbish.
yeah, I'm picking up rubbish, and then I talked about like, all the kind of what would you call it? Ideological reasons I was picking up the stickers. But um but anyway, so like I'm there like playing ball with them, nice and polite, and then another car pulls up and two large chaps from, it seemed, I think they're from Eastern Europe, hopped out with Garda uniforms, and they kind of so there's four guards around me, like, and I'm
Madness.
kind of going, no, I'm not part of the Hutch gang, or I'm, I'm not armed. I promise. Like,
Mm.
I'm not dangerous, really. I mean, even if I wanted to be dangerous, I don't think I could manage it. But yeah, so four guards around me, and then and I kind of just said to the two lads who showed up, I said, "Do we really need four guards here?" Like,
Madness.
and his answer was, I don't know. He gave me some answer.
But I think I think a lot of these guards, and they must have been knowing this is absolute bollocks. I did not sign up for this shit. Like, do you know what I mean? They
Yeah,
had
yeah,
to.
I'm
They
sure.
had
Yeah,
to. Like, they just
sure.
couldn't be. And even what's going on now when they're turning up at iPass centres and they're basically going against their own people. Like, they must be thinking to themselves, this is
Yeah,
not worth the shitty money they pay me.
I know. Yeah, yeah, and that's the mad thing as well. Yeah, it is. You know, like, it's a prison sentence for the guards, and it's a
Yeah.
prison sentence for, I suppose the best you can do kind of nowadays in all the situations that you're in, is that you just go, I am I am a
It's
slave. I
yeah.
am a
It is.
slave,
Yeah.
to the banks. I'm a slave to the tax authority. Well, authorities. They're not. They don't have authority. The tax people. I'm a slave to, this, that, and the other.
Well, I think if we're going to go dive into it, we're all a slave of the system and what's being
Mm,
created by man or all around us. The slavery to have to go to the shops, to go buy their shitty foods in the shops, to follow the rules of the road, to fucking have roads. I mean, a lot of stuff you say is positive. It's
mm,
good to have a warmer house, but then you're a slave to fucking electricity bills, gas bills. You know what I
mm.
mean? They constantly keep you on the edge, like in a little bit of fear,
Yeah,
always
yeah,
on a
yeah.
little bit of fear that
The fear is
you might not be able to afford it. You might lose your job. You might be whatever. They kind of
mm,
have you, basically in like our own little cell. If you thought about it too, you'd go bloody bonkers, wouldn't you? Because you're like,
yeah, yeah.
and
But the only philosophy that makes sense is when you look at stoicism, and that, like, that kind of informs that informs me now, and it kind of informed me then, because uh, um I was only kind of coming around to it and getting to know about it, and like, it's kind of like, whatever, it's kind of like, keep throwing the shit at me. I'm still here.
yeah,
I'm
I'm still
still I'm
standing.
still I'm still standing. Like, so
Yeah,
whatever you
I
want
would
to
be
do.
like that. I'd be kind of a bit like that. I'm a bit like that as well. That kind of, yeah, just keep it coming. Your head's nearly falling off. Going, yeah, go on, one more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It could be like black the Black Knight in what was it,
Oh yeah,
the
Monty Python.
Monty Python, yeah.
But getting back to your thing, or just another
Yeah,
thing you were saying about I found some of the stuff the way you use some of the words in the book is very funny. Like, because you have, like, you mentioned, the stay safe, which was what they had on the screens,
yeah,
and the way you said it implied a subtle threat. So, like, if you don't follow these instructions, we'll ensure bad things happen. So if you don't do what you're told, bad shit's going to happen to you. Like, and there was
yeah,
all that little subtle things going, stay safe, or
yeah, 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 yeah,
and then another few things like which I wanted to get to before we wrap things up was um like the madness of the positive negative results for tests.
yeah, yeah. Again,
If you
flipping it upside
tested,
down.
like, as I said, one of the symptoms was no symptoms, that kind of thing, and then and then they ranked up the testing, didn't they? To what was it, 50 cycles to make it look like, oh, no matter what you tested for, you were positive. And then they said,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then and even if it wasn't positive, it was negative. A positive negative, which is like no matter what happened, they had you from everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they
I got a
confused them.
negative result. Yay!
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
means you're positive. Oh, um, and then you had the new normal. Klaus Schwab was talking about the new normal. So you've listed all these things, which I totally forgot about. Build back better. Oh my God, yeah. Remember Boris Johnson and all
Mm.
these saying, "We're going to build back better," and obviously that's just like code for New World Order, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, build back better means fucking destroy everything. So you take the phrase, you turn it
Mm.
upside down. You get what's the opposite of this phrase? That's what they're talking about.
Yeah, yes,
So
exactly.
stay safe. Um, no, don't stay safe. You're in danger. A lot of danger, and we're
And then they had the guilty thing where they had like, basically if you didn't get vaccinated, you would kill granny. Then you had super spreader events, which you've mentioned in the book, the super
yeah, super spreader. Yeah,
super spreader event. How ridiculous! Like, why was there never a super spreader event when people had the flu? Do you know what I mean? It never
yeah,
existed. And these are like this is genius. Like whoever was behind all this was a Klaus Schwab and all that.
mm,
Oh, hold on, my
mm,
battery's running low. Shit. Genius. And then like refers to the efficacy of the experimental stuff, safe and effective. Like they were saying, safe and effective. Everything was
yeah.
safe and effective.
Yeah.
And obviously
So
you can
as
see now
in
clearly,
really dangerous and totally ineffective.
yeah, that
That-
the exact opposite, as you say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we had to
Yeah.
follow the science at all times. Follow the science. Science never changed
Yeah.
during this part. In other parts of history, it changes. In this part of history, it just you follow the science. That was it. There was no talking about it. This is the science. The experts like Klaus Schwab, Fauci,
Yeah.
they'd written the rules, and that was it.
Yeah.
Which
If you can't argue a scientific principle with a 5-year-old kid, it's not a scientific principle. I know, okay, it can be a very complex thing that you're talking about. So, okay, like you can't argue with a
just charging
5-year-old
my
kid
thing.
on something really complex. But if it's something straightforward, like, um, you have a principle where, um, it takes 10 years to test a vaccine. That's the normal kind of
That's what
standard,
they
or that's
say.
the
Yeah.
kind of benchmark thing. So therefore, okay, so taking that, this is why you didn't need to be a doctor to know that the vaccines, the so-called vaccines, are dangerous. You just take the principle of, okay, it takes 10 years to test a vaccine. How long, this thing you're offering me, how long did it take to test? 1 year. Okay, so I'm not taking it. That's it. Like, I know you're a doctor, you're very clever, you have PhDs in all sorts of crazy stuff. You're the leading
I
expert
think I
on the
think
planet.
unfortunately these doctors are more indoctrinated than anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
the PhDs really mean nothing because they whip them through so quickly into these colleges. They don't really learn. They learn how to deal drugs, all right, but uh,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. Ah, yeah,
like, there's not
yeah.
much.
Well,
And I know I've seen doctors talking about they don't really spend that much time on these the you know whats.
mm,
Um,
mm,
they don't spend much
yeah.
time. They barely know the ingredients. I was having arguments during the COVID with doctors, and I was kind of outdoing them. I go,
I know,
this
yeah, it was
doesn't give.
so easy. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, my doctor said to me after most of the dust had settled, because I was giving him, like, I like, he's a nice guy and everything, but 3 minutes,
I got to wrap up.
you got to wrap up. Okay. Um, but I was giving him kind of some, let's say, so I was dropping info on him, and he said afterwards, he said, yeah, it looks like you were kind of, I don't know, I can't remember what he said, but it was kind of like you were on the ball. And it's not me being on the ball. It's me. It's like, I only listen to people who know. I try and find people who know more than I do, who are smarter than I am.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and that's my superpower. That is my amazing superpower. It's like, find people who know what they're talking about.
That's a really good superpower.
Yeah,
Because,
and then quote
but,
them.
th- but then again, it's difficult to know who actually does know better than you. You know,
Yeah,
when I say that, you think they know better than you, but do they really know better
yeah,
than you? You know,
yeah,
like I kind of, we went down some vaccine rabbit holes before this, so that's why I saw what was coming down the line. We
yeah.
spoke to the doctors who kind of pushed away from this, um, this what's the word I'm looking for? The system, whatever, um,
Mm,
who would basically been a whistleblower and said, look, they're making so much money out of these vaccines, they're just chugging them out, they're dangerous, they've got heavy metals in them. And then I seen the number of people turning up at these events who wanted to know about them and their kids have been injured. This before COVID. I'd
yeah,
seen the injuries, I'd seen the information that she was saying about how to look after children if you didn't get them the measles vaccine, for example,
yeah,
and very basic stuff. But when I seen how quickly, as you said, they put this thing together, and then it was this, and then I looked it up, and all the trials they done was really bad. They didn't work out for the animals, so
no.
I was like, this is not going to end good. Like this is going to be really bad. And they really wanted to bring in those masks and then replace the masks with you know, the jibby jabs.
Mm, mm,
Actually, like it was very clear to see what they were doing if you knew what was going on. Like it was so clear. Like it's just, and it was so frustrating at that time to um tell warn people, but they just thought we were crazy. Like,
mm, mm.
and
Yeah.
and I think you were saying on the last on the first episode there that you would not consider yourself a conspiracy theorist before
Well,
this.
I kind of roll back on that, and I'd say everyone is a conspiracy theorist. Every like, if the only people who aren't conspiracy theorists are 6 foot under, like, because if you don't have a theory for stuff that's going on around you, and it could be like just
Mm,
simple things like, oh yeah, do you know your man up the road there now, like he robbed some people there, like, so he might, be dishonest. It's like, oh, are you? Is that a conspiracy theory you have about that about that guy up the road? Like, like conspiracy theories are daily language. They're like
mm.
they're your bread and butter for every living being on the planet. So it's a bullshit. It's
That
just
sounds a bit like a conspiracy. What you're saying there.
yeah, humans are conspirators. Every human man, like, it's probably every living being is a conspirator. Actually, you could accuse plants of being conspirators, because
Mm.
I heard this the other day. Um, it reminded me of hearing it before, that plants communicate with each other through fungi, through
They always bring fungi in. They go, "Hey, dudes, come on, let's get together." Sorry. Yeah, I know what you
yeah,
mean. Yeah,
yeah.
bring in fungi. Come on, come on. We need. They're not getting on. Bring in the fungi. No, but yeah, you're right.
But
You are right. Yeah.
yeah, every living being is a conspirator. So
But, but
conspiracy theories are just describing the conspiracies. That's all. So everybody is a conspiracy theorist. If you
well,
if you if you're telling me you're not a conspiracy theorist, I'm
you're a
afraid
conspiracy theorist.
you're you're lying to me. Not saying you're conspiring, because you need more than one person to conspire, but you're lying to me if you tell me you're not a conspiracy theorist. That's
So
it.
David
End of story.
Icke is he's not a conspiracy theorist.
He is a conspiracy theorist because he's a human being with
Exactly.
a brain.
Exactly.
So he is a conspiracy theorist.
A
Of course he is.
critical
Yeah,
thinker. Critical thinker.
yeah. I'm not a big. I'm not big on David Icke, because there's a couple of things that you know um, that he says that a little bit, not too sold on, but he does say a lot of things that I do think make sense.
Well,
But yeah, anyway, yeah,
on that bombshell, um,
yes,
we shall wrap this one up because we have a lot more. I mean, literally, I've literally got to page 15 on your book now, so we haven't really got any further on your book. So for
Yeah.
the next episodes, we will be delving a little bit more into this book. And oh, you believe that Hitler was a saint is on page 26, I see. I'm
Yeah.
joking, I'm joking.
Yeah, and that we're all yeah, we're all due to
Jew?
travel on an alien spacecraft to Saturn soon.
Great.
Yeah.
That's it for not living on a flat earth.
Oh, yeah, the flat Earth thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, we could
Anyway,
talk for hours.
oh, we could. So,
Anyway,
it was a pleasure talking to you for this episode.
yes, thank you very much, and best of luck with your song, and the
Yes, thank you.
my
Will be
girls my
available.
girls far right.
Yes, My Girl is Far Right will be available this week. We need people to download it and get numbers out if possible.
Is it is
Um,
it pu- is it public now? Can you share it?
no, no, not till
No,
Friday. It's on Spotify on Friday.
on Friday.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
but it's
and the
okay
video.
to mention it
Oh yes,
now. Yeah, okay, because I
absolutely.
wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
it's actually on SoundCloud. You can listen to the whole thing on SoundCloud, but in terms of downloading it properly, it'll be on Friday, and then we'll have the video out as well. Um, and then also the book.
Yes, there's tales from the lockdown.com is one place you can go and get it. You can buy the audio version of it there,
Oh really?
and you get a free EPUB. Actually, I must
Wow.
send you. I don't know if I sent you the link to the audio.
Oh, I'd
Anyway,
like to listen to that now.
yeah, yeah,
Are you doing it in
um,
your voice, like you're doing it in your Cork accent?
yeah. I like, you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean,
You're not doing your like David Smack Savage voice. No. You're,
David? No, um, David. I haven't shown you the next episode. A special treat. I'll demonstrate the posh Cork accent. It's
right.
it's even worse than the posh
we,
Dublin
we we
accent.
will bring in more accents as we go along. I've got
Yeah.
plenty to offer, but we'll just keep this on the
Yes.
low for the first one. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. It's going
So
to get
anyway,
this shit's going to go crazy.
I'm just looking at contact tracing. Anyway, that was another funny thing. We can talk about contact tracing. You have to go into a pub and write down your name and your number and give all your details and buy a bite to
It's
eat for
comedy gold. Like it's
comedy.
comedy gold. It's
Comedy, but you have to have a €9 meal, didn't you? So
no, yeah.
for
Yeah.
the deadly
Yeah,
disease not to come near
you
you.
had to have a €9 meal. So, um, if you weren't, you know, um, flahulach enough to
But
buy a
do
meal,
you know what the funny thing is? You were doing this and you were not even saying it was a Dave McSavage impression. And I've told you the mannerisms like the he does all that kind of
yeah,
um.
great, mm, fantastic.
So anyway, on the
Yeah,
next episode, we'll be discussing with Dazzlem, which is very interesting. Um,
dazzling. Ah, you can't beat it.
can't beat it. Right, I'm gonna
Great
have
stuff.
we'll have to say our goodbyes because we'll talk all night, you know.
Yeah, yeah. So I will stop it here, and we'll be back. We'll be back, folks, for part 2.